50th floor. We are doing this. We are doing this thing. But first, I'm putting together my part. So we're hopping on into floor 51. Now, of the floor 51 thing, we're I'm going to defeat you because that's what we were told to do. You jerk! If I could target the right bloody enemy for more than 2 seconds. I'm already tired of your jazz. I saw your dodge coming. Dodge. Dash. Shut up. Well, you know what? I forgot to give... Oh, crap. I forgot to give Tabby a decent accessory. I'd like to Rengeki, but I can't tell what's going on anymore. He's already almost dead. He's not almost dead. But maybe he'll take splash damage from this. How about attacking the dude that's alive right in front of me instead of the dude that's dead halfway across the ring? Alright. One party down. Those guys aren't nice. How many I can speak a little bit about a couple things. For one, I'd like to talk a little bit about Tabby and how awesome she is. Goblins, eh? No, 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 no! You're gonna attack me too, aren't you? Sack of poo. Oh, I know what you guys are getting as soon as this skill is done. And there we go. Yes, we did. Also, jiggle physics. Let's see here. So I should probably equip this, because I'm going to be fighting dudes, and they're not pushovers. And this is the run, man. We have to do the next 50 floors in one sitting. I'm hoping the remaining 50 floors, 48 floors, will go faster than these few will, just because I'm taking the time to fight these 10 dudes to get this one reward. So that was 2 dudes that I have fought. I am amazing! That makes me happy in my everywhere. And then I guard it in time! Eat it! Let's see, you're flying, so I use anti-flying on you. Oh no, you're not flying anymore. That was merely some kind of artificial flying. You weren't flying at all, it was just a trick. A trick to distract me while this guy stabbed me in the back. It was the perfect plan until I caught on. So yeah, Tabby, and how awesome she is. Tabby was a major character in Dot Hack Roots. In fact, she was another member of the Twilight Brigade, along with Haseo, Shino, and Ova, and Saki Sako. I think if I like anything about Tabby, really, it's, for one, as opposed to everyone else who's all angsty and sad and I hate them, Tabby's like one of the few really happy-go-lucky, just energetic characters. She's really about as close to a Mistral as this game is gonna get. And heaven help me, I love her for it. Add to that, she's not some cartoon character like everybody else. I mean, every character in GU, this is going to go minorly into my GU rant, which I'm going to get on shortly, but like every character in GU isn't a realistic character. They're all just like caricatures of realistic characters. They've all got some kind of defining feature that's so way over the top, that's so unrealistic, that maybe has some base in reality, and you could say, yeah, I can totally relate to that. But the character itself is completely unrealistic. And that's how everybody in GU is. Every single person in GU. Except maybe Syllabus. Coon to a lesser extent, but even Coon kind of takes it a little farther than necessary. But Tabby's not like that. Tabby's just a regular girl. There's nothing really spectacular or weird or funky about her. She's just a regular girl. Add to that, she's just so energetic and happy, and heaven help me, she's just friggin' awesome. And it irritates me that we've had to wait, like, 3 games to get her in the group. Man, she came out of freaking nowhere. She did not like that Goblin Knight's business. Oh no, I forgot to do my thing, and now he's got, like, his spikes on me. God dang it. Let's see, as far as plot-wise goes, what she did in GU, she actually didn't do that much in GU, to be honest. Or not GU, Roots. But, I suppose I should let him land sometime. How many dudes have I fought? I think that was 5. But, she was brought into the Twilight Brigade round about the same time as Haseo was, back when they were just nubs and didn't know anything about nothing. And Tabby was... God dang it, how can you see me from that far? You didn't even leave me alone! You sack of poo. Come here. But, since they were just learning how to play the game, and Tabby was very eager to learn. Where is it? Where is it? There he is. Tabby was kind of put under Saki Saka. So the two of them always went out and did their adventuring together while he kind of taught her the ways of the world.
I guess we did it.
And that's kind of just how things went for a really long time. It went that way until Ovan disappeared and the Twilight Brigade started to fall apart. At which point, let's see here, Haseo did what he could along with Shino to keep the thing together. Saki Saka eventually just up and left. He was tired of dealing with this crap. He didn't really even like dealing with it when Ovan was around, so off he went. But since Tabby spent so much time with him, that's why Tabby calls him teacher. And she's got a lot of respect for him in that regard. Let's see here. So Ovan went, Twilight Brigade fell apart. From there, it was Well, next up came when Shino was put comatose, turned into a lost one. That's around about the time that Haseo kinda lost it. And when Haseo lost it was... That's kind of when Tabby, who had no idea what to do with herself, she made it her own little goal to help out Haseo. And it was, she kind of did what she could, though there was very little she could do, especially as inhuman as Haseo was, he wouldn't so much as talk to people. But even behind the scenes, she wanted to do as much as she could to help Haseo out. And this kind of went and went and went like that, with Tabby kind of getting more and more frustrated at her inability to help, yet her really wanting to, right up until Haseo was data drained by Azure Kite. Now, when that happened, Haseo kind of turned back to normal and he was a regular dude again. He even lost his kind of insanity, so to say. And I have a Fairy Queen orb. Eat it! Fairy Queen orb, yeah. Now that will go away eventually, and then we can run this way. And it was at that point that Tabby managed to finally talk to Haseo a little calmly about things. And Tabby mentioned that since she realized there's very little for her to do to help out Haseo or Shino in the game, she was going to do what she could in the real world. And to help her out in the real world, she was studying to become a nurse. That's the main reason she got into it. So that's where she told Haseo that she was going to kind of leave the game and spend her time studying to be a nurse so she could help out Shino in the real world. And then I murdered some dudes. Oh no, he's still alive, you little sack of crap. Come here.
I guess we did it.
So that was a thing. More dudes over this way. But it was in kind of a touching little scene there when she finally said that, but that's kind of where Tabby admitted she actually had feelings for Haseo. Granted, she did just say, "I like you," but considering the ambiguity of that and the music that was playing in the background, I can pretty rest assured that was kind of an admission of love. That's just me. And from there, she went on. We haven't seen her in a while because she's been in the real world studying to be a nurse. That ought to do her. You shan't use an ability while I keep watch. Except for you. You're allowed to just this once. Okay, he's still got a lot of HP left. If this doesn't kill more than one guy, I'm gonna be sad. I don't think that killed one guy, god dang it. My guess is then that, my guess is that, Tabby got either an email from Shino or something saying everything was kind of fine and she wanted to come back in and say hi. And she says right here that this is her last time logging in, but I think it's a little bit later on she kind of hints that no, it probably won't be. And add to that, she's actually met Haseo in real life. Let's see here. Haseo has met Shino in real life. Tabby did meet Haseo in real life, but it was at Shino's hospital bed while Shino was in the hospital. So Haseo didn't actually know it was Tabby. So he met her, but she was too embarrassed to kind of introduce herself as Tabby at the time. Hey, dudes! Hey, dudes. That ought to do her. And then this. Dang! I didn't want to skip that. Oops. Oh well, we just murdered some dudes. So that was a thing, and that was Tabby's story, and that's how awesome Tabby is. I'm pretty sure I've killed 10 dudes by this point. I'm pretty sure I've killed 10 dudes. So I'm just gonna go up and maybe kill one more dude since I haven't been. So I'm gonna fight like one more. I was shooting you. You were supposed to be stunned. I don't know which one I'm fighting. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there's still a goblin left. Okay, he's gonna be dead before I can get a Rengeki off, and Rengekis are a little time consuming. I can do so much damage with my regular attacks. I mean, they're awesome and all, but I kinda have, like, things to do today, so... And this is a freaking 100th floor dungeon, so... I'm just gonna keep you up there, and then you're gonna die.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Alright, I think we're good. You
Okay, tough guys, bring it on!
Oh, how about that? He's got a lot of range behind him. That's alright. Gnarly looking head. He's eating me! This guy isn't fudging around either, jeez. I wonder, can I use that in battle? Where's my item? Yeah, I can use that in battle. Awesome! Even though 350 HP really isn't that much. Alright, so how about that Zelko? Now, Zelkova, there is, like, no information out there on him. None at all as to who he is or what he is in the real world. Now, I've heard a few people say he's Kite, which I don't buy for 3 seconds. Zelkova acts like a child. I don't know what could have possibly happened to Kite to make him start acting like a child. But I don't buy that for a second. A number of other people were saying it's Helba, which I think that's more believable. I think that's more believable, and she's just kind of doing her little Helba thing and acting like a kid because it's fun. I can see Helba doing that, but I still don't buy it. Not for half a second do I buy it. Do I believe that... However, I do believe that Zelkova does have some but as if they're not going to explain it in game, then this is going by what I heard. So take this as what you will. But when Aura went to sleep to let the world kind of grow and evolve on its own, as she was going to sleep, she could kind of... No, I shouldn't say as she was going to sleep. It was after she had gone to sleep, where this goes to Ida's creation as well. You see, what happened was was an anomaly in the system, which instead of making all these very passive Idas that just kind of wanted to help, a single malicious Ida was created. That was the Tri-Edge Ida that infected Ovan.
You're open!
And then we go back to Shadow, because this guy's got so much HP. Now, it was not only in Ida's creation, but the creation of the Tri-Edge Ida, Aura, even while asleep, could tell that something was wrong, and something was going to be wrong. So, that's when she created the Azure Knights as the guardians of the world, to keep some kind of peace. Now, the Azure Knights were created in the image they were created in the image of the original heroes of the world. Kite, Balmung, and Orca. Balmung and Orca being the heroes of the world since before Kite even came along. They were the two descendants of Fianna, and then Kite joined them as a third descendant of Fianna. After the whole quadrilogy events. So the three Azure Knights were created in the form of the heroes from the Land of Old. However, since Aura was still kind of asleep at the time, and she couldn't exactly wake up to handle anything, how she created anything and what she created was like ballpark at best. So she couldn't create these three perfect knights. She was essentially making them while half asleep, using what fragmented memory she had while half asleep. That's why they appear so patchwork, instead of just looking like the original characters. Out of door. You know, you are gonna need your armor broken. Let's see if this can... Ow, that hurt a little. How good are you at breaking his armor? You are, like, stupid good at breaking his armor. Crap. So that hurt a little. Guard, guard, you numbskulls! And break it! And blow him up. I've also got cheat level 3 on that Silad vibe, just so you know. But, everybody guard! 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 Numbskulls. But, it's like, oh, okay. I guess it's a good game series. It's got some real epic moments in it. It's got some well-planned moments in it. They can handle pretty epic scenes pretty well. It's a lot flashier than the quadrilogy. It's a lot more refined than the original quadrilogy, even graphically. battle until you get the dual guns, at which point it's shoot it until it dies. That's the strategy. That's all it is. I mean, I can't... They tried to make Haseo maybe a little more multi-talented. It's like, oh, he can cast spells, too. Only that's pointless. And you can't even tell what element an enemy is anyway. I don't even know what the elemental wheel is in this game. I assume it's the same as the original one. But to be honest, the only time I've ever even seen the elements is when I'm creating an area and using the area words. That's really it. No enemy is physical immune. Some enemies fly. And when those enemies fly, it's, well, what do you do to get rid of them? You stab them until they stop flying. If you have an aerial skill, then that helps. But that's like, all the more strategy comes into play. They gave you the piercing skill as well, but that's like not even necessary. It's like the only skill that's all that important is the aerial skill. So you maybe want to keep one on hand for a flying enemy. And that's about it. And even then, you can get away with not even doing... And that's kind of why I like the big blue cathedral-y areas in GU, because they're open and where the enemies are, they're open and circular, and the enemies generally around the center of the area. So the blue thing just expands to about the size of the room. There's nothing in the way, nothing to worry about, no barriers to concern yourself. they die and overpower their cures. That's about all you topic changing. So let's do this thing.
Man, Mori Gubero? Here goes.
The One Death. Now, this is kind of identical to the original fight. So the fight works the same way, which means no. Awakening. I think we want a Beast Awakening for this. Now, the thing with this kind of goes to how shallow the battles are. Get back here. He's just gonna pound the ground, and then all you are gonna be... Oh no, actually no, we had plenty of time. Oh, it still hit me, you jerk. Okay, that one's not actually hard. So maybe if I shoot this one. No, I can't shoot that one. I have to shoot the other one. Alright.
Melee!
So much lag. So much lag. I know this is like a big dude, but why is it lagging this much? There we go. Now what? Now we go over here. Now, this kind of goes to show how shallow the battles are in GU as opposed to the original quadrilogy. Because it's like, this is as strategic a fight as they get, really. I mean, this is the one sin, which was a strategy in the original, in Fragment, I should say. In Fragment, the strategy behind defeating this guy was so difficult that nobody could even figure it out. No, don't get hit by the laser, don't get hit by the laser. Well, I made it. It's like, it was so difficult that nobody could figure it out, except for the two descendants of Fiona by working as a team, taking their time and figuring their crap out. No, everybody over here. Alright, Tabby, you do your thing. Probably safe up in the air. And yet, this just comes down to fight a hand that doesn't have a shield on it. And then... Fine, I'll shoot from here. It's like, fight the hand that doesn't have a shield on it until it has a shield on it. It's like, you've got 3 things. Find the one without a shield on it and stab it. It's like, this is as involved as the strategy gets in G. Oh man, he's changing over here, so I gotta run over here and shoot him. This is even easier as I can shoot him while he's way back there. Oh man, okay, he's dead. Pleasure doing business with you, One Death.
Here it comes.
And that'll do her. Ninja smoke vanish. Was someone that I could see just walking down the street doing a thing. Every one of them. I mean, Marlo, Sanjuro, Rachel, Nuke Sagamaru even. I mean, the guy's like off his nut, but it still felt like a realistic character who was doing a thing. And he was kind of a background character anyway, so it's a little more acceptable to have a gimmick. Whereas in GU, just everybody. Nobody in GU is a character. Nobody in GU is an actual person. They're all just caricatures of what the actual person would be. I mean, just look at our cast here. We've got Endurance, we've got Sakubo, we've got even Adelie, who, was like contemplating suicide, and Sakaki was manipulating her, using her emotions to help get her out, and it's like, I'm not gonna say these things aren't even, like, realistic problems, but there is more to people than this. This isn't what make them up. These are just caricatures of what the actual people would be like.
You're open.
And it's in that regard I actually like, how they handled Natsume's split personalities, because they handled it in a very realistic way. She feels like what a real character would be, even though she has split personalities, which freaking ticks me off, and I want to find the guy who thought that was a good idea and punch him square in the face. Okay, does this guy have, like, SP conversion or something? That hurt a little more. Yeah, this guy has, like, some SP regeneration on him. And he probably has, an SP barrier on him. Which means I don't think we're ever really going to do too much damage to him. Oh, no, we are, little by little. It looks like we broke through it, but dealing with that 2 regeneration means every hit we do has to break through that 2 before it can actually hurt him. This is where, if we could build up a Beast Awakening, we would just destroy him. Because Beast Awakening ignores, Beast Awakening ignores any kind of barrier you have like that. It, ignores damage change, it ignores damage reduction, so we just straight up murder. But yeah, it's like, I wouldn't mind what they did with Adelie, or not Adelie, I wouldn't mind what they did with Natsume if that were like a minor character, and it weren't Natsume. You're taking an established character that a lot of people know and love, and really, you're giving her a split personality? Seriously, I cannot put into words how much I want to punch someone in the face over that. If it were like a brand new character that nobody'd seen, nobody'd heard of, nothing established, but no, they just did what GU anime story. The fight scenes, the giant build up to something that's like great and fancy and awesome, that's anime. It's all anime. It's like I'm not playing a great RPG in the Dot Hack series. I'm playing a very generic JRPG with maybe a little bit of an action-y battle system. That's about it. And people saying, it's like, oh, would you want to play Dot Hack Link? Would you be excited for Dot Hack Link and all? And to be honest, no, I'm not. Because Dot Hack Link went way overboard with that. It's like, if you think GU is anime-like, Link doesn't even have any semblance of normality to it. It's just an anime. It's not even like a JRPG anime territory anymore. It's just straight up an anime. It's an interactive anime. That's what Link is. And the only reason I have any enthusiasm, any interest in Link, is because, for whatever reason, the main character kind of reminds me of Digimon. And I love me some Digimon. Now, I've got nothing against anime. I really don't. But it's a very generic thing. And it lost all that uniqueness, all that specialness that made the original quadrilogy so great. It's fallen into the realm of mediocrity. And now I have to deal with the fact that a character that I affectionately called a wet donut, yet loved his story development, loved his character, has been written into someone like Entrance, which is so out of the realm of what would even have been possible in the original quadrilogy as to even make sense.